Hello everybody and a very big welcome back to the Most Rarest and Forgotten kids shows. Now, gosh, I really hate how I've been doing this show, not as like a weekly thing, but more like as a monthly thing. Now this is like really frustrating for me to say because I feel like so much crap is going on with my life right now, and it's just so difficult to be in the right frame of mind to come out on here, shoot this video, be in like my happiest mood, but everything is just, it's just like the weather. Like for example, it starts off grey and then during the week it sadly goes downhill. Now I've been struggling a bit with my anxiety lately, and my mum has also been having problems as well with her work and everything, and it's just so complicated because I do my best to, you know, like make sure that she's good, she's well, but it's just with her work and everything and like the charity stuff that she's been doing, I get really scared thinking, oh my god, it's going to take her toll and stuff like that. So, and of course, you know, my sister going on about her wedding and everything, which is not going to happen in like the next 2 years, or if it does happen, and it's just so difficult. And it's like, why can't we just think about like what's coming up? I mean, I've got hairspray coming up soon, so, but yeah, it just, the past few weeks have been so draining, and it's just so difficult to really be in the right frame of mind to do this. But you know, I love doing this, I love talking to you, I love talking about my favourite childhood shows, and this is definitely what inspired me to come up on here. So I've decided to do something a little bit different. I am gonna hopefully try and make this more as like a weekly thing, because you know, I've got so many different ideas, and of course I'm trying so hard to come up with an idea of what I can do for a Christmas video coming up this year, but it's just been so draining and so hard. But you know, I have decided like from now on, well, hopefully if this does work, hopefully mentally I can comprehend this and hopefully keep my mind occupied, and hopefully we can still carry on with this show. So I apologise about this intro being a little too long and stuff, but I just needed to let this out. It has been too much of a struggle. Every single week I'm like, right, I'm going to start filming, I'm going to start doing the video, I'm going to start doing this, but it's just been a pain. So loads of things have happened that has really drained me out and feel like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that anymore. So it's just been really tough, but thankfully I've decided that I'm going to start making some changes. I'm going to start trying to keep my mind occupied and hopefully start a new routine, and hopefully start writing again, just start doing things what I love, because really I need to keep my mind occupied and just active, and hopefully we can all get through this. So yeah, anyway, let's roll the tiles and talk about the show today. It's the worst witch show. Oh my gosh. Now, for those of you who do not know this was actually going to be my back to school show that I was going to talk about, but of course with everything that was going on at a short space of time, it was just so hard to do. But yeah, I thought, you know what, it's nearly Halloween. I've been putting this one off for so many years, probably like since 2022. I was going to do a Halloween video about this show, but of course I think my anxiety again just wasn't in the right frame of mind, and of course it was just in a bit of a bad way. But thankfully, you know, I'm still struggling, but I'm just going to carry on and talking about this. So the Worst Witch is all about the one girl, Mildred Hubble, always having her hair in plaits, and is nothing but a troublemaker. Now, she is very clumsy, does everything wrong, but she becomes a very unexpected hero. So this is what we are going to be talking about, all like my favourite episodes and how she became a hero from being the worst witch to an absolute hero. It's unbelievable, isn't it? So, on the very first episode of The Worst Witch, we first see Mildred walking through the woods looking for the school. But, of course, you know, Mildred can be a little bit weird at times and, of course, doesn't seem to understand anything. Now, the truth of that matter is because her parents are non-witch or wizard. So, and, of course, she is not even a witch. She was not born a witch, so I don't know how she even became a witch, which is quite unusual, I must say. Of course, we see the school, we meet all like the other witches, and of course there's the absolute school song, Onward Ever Striving Onward. Let's have a little look at it. I have got to say, that is definitely such a really good tune. I mean, what I do find a little bit hilarious is those girls like singing, but their mouths wide open. They're like, talking of that, I better be careful of one of the teachers though, because if she watches this, I'm in trouble. So yeah, let's try and keep it as low as possible. So on the way, Mildred meets the clever clogs but rudest and most evil Ethel Hallow.
Lost, are we? Which way's the quickest? Makes no difference. You'll be late anyway. What's your name? Mildred Hubble. I'm Ethel Hallow. One of the Hallows. You're second year. First day today. I've had private flying lessons. Nice broomstick. It's a sausage hazel twig. Could you give me a lift? I'd love to, but she flies really squiffy with two aboard, and one doesn't want to make a bad impression on one's first day. Does one? No. Thanks a lot. I've been flying for ages. It's really easy when you know how. Just order it to hover. Ah! You did that on purpose. No, I didn't. I'll remember this, Mildred Hubble. I might have given you a lift, but now you've no chance. You'll have to spend all night in the forest.
I gotta say, I think Ethel deserved having that bush hit in the face, but I am pretty sure that's what must have made her hate Mildred so much. But I mean, what possessed her to just fly over to Mildred and not be nice to her and be like, oh, I'm Ethel Hallow, nice to meet you, and say, oh, I am one of the Hallows. But apparently the Hallows are like, I would say, the toppest witch. And of course they're like, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't really tell, but they're like amazing. They're like the top of the witch's country or something. I don't usually watch Descendants. I don't usually watch Hocus Pocus. So Halloween is just really not my thing. So the rest of the new first years all walk in to the school, and of course they are very nervous and very like, oh God, I don't know if I should be doing this. I mean, I would literally have really bad anxiety just walking through the school. And if I could, I would leg it out of that gate. Absolutely terrible. And of course, we meet the teachers, Miss Cackle, Miss Drill, and of course, the horrible Miss Hardbroom.
Well, it's just like I said, Hey! What happened to my voice? Miss Harper, did you do this?
Just be quiet until the effect wears off.
I guess now you know what I mean by her. I have to try and keep a low profile. If she overhears me like talking bad about her, or if I joke or if I laugh, then she'll do something really horrible to me. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure now that you've just witnessed it, so yeah, let's just be a little bit careful from that, okay? So Miss Hardbroom takes the register, but what I find very interesting was how one of the girls knew who she was. But when you like meet a new school, you don't even know these teachers, right? So let's just have a little look at when Miss Hardbroom takes the register, and apparently everyone goes, present Miss Hardbroom and stuff like that. So yeah, let's just have a little look at it.
Present Miss Hardbroom.
You girls.
Present Miss Hardbroom.
I haven't called your name yet.
Ruby Cherry Tree.
I don't want to know your name, girl. I want to know what that thing is in your ear.
It's nothing, miss. It's just,
If we may continue. Harriet Goodcharm.
Present, Miss Hardbroom.
Ethel Hallow.
Present, Miss Hardbroom.
I do find this a little bit unusual because, you know, they've never met Miss Hardbroom before, so this is like a bit unusual because later on in the episode, when the girls bring out their broomsticks for a flying lesson, Miss Keckle introduces Miss Hardbroom to the girls. So I am pretty sure that must have been a TV mistake. So with Mildred being locked out of the gate because she arrived a little too late, I mean, how sad is that? Surely she could have just made a run for it if she like saw like the door slowly closing. I guess not. But of course, because that she's desperate to get into the school, she tries something really new. She decides to fly on her broomstick, but sadly it ends in a little trashy.
Back into line, girl.
I absolutely love how all the girls, apart from Ethel of course, they run to see that Mildred's okay. I mean, this definitely shows how rude and evil that Ethel actually is. And of course, that is when we first see Maud becoming friends with Mildred. And you know what? I absolutely love their friendship. It's absolutely adorable. And of course, Mildred becomes friends, not just with Maud. She becomes friends with Jadu Wally and Ruby Cherry Tree. What very random names. And of course, we also meet the second years, Vanilla and Griselda, as they show Mildred to her room. Let's have a look at it.
Vanilla Feverfew. She's Grizzy. Griselda Blackwood. And this is your room. Say hello, room. Hello, room. Excellent. You'll be as mad as us if you make it to second year.
So later in the episode, the girls are given a broomstick flying test. Now this is like a really big challenge for Mildred because believe it or not, I'm pretty sure if you saw the episode, she is actually afraid of heights and even scared to go on fairgrounds. Honestly, there are like tons of people who are terrified of heights. I mean, I'm not even scared of heights. I mean, I would say, am I scared of heights? Yeah, let's be honest. Yeah, okay, I admit I am a little bit afraid of heights. But as long as I am inside and, you know, like the more that I look around and not look down, it's actually not so bad. So, yeah, and of course with fairgrounds, I mean, yeah, I love going on rides, I love going on roller coasters. But the roller coasters that I dare not go on is when they have loops or if they go upside down. That I seriously cannot handle. I can't. I really, really can't because that is just, it's terrifying. So, yeah, no thanks. So all the girls are brilliant, and of course we've got the Ethel Hallow doing it so perfectly. And yeah, I think let's just have a look at it.
Easy peasy. Up and away.
Bravo, Ethel Hallow, the perfect know-it-all with things that she knows best. Man, that Miss Hardbroom can't even see the freaking evilness in her eyes. Hey, I disappeared. I ain't bothered. And of course, all the other girls do so well. And of course, Mildred being very nervous and of course being a little too afraid of heights and stuff like that, Ruby comes up with a very good idea. She uses one of her earphones and of course a walkie-talkie and guides Mildred through. But this also again ends in a bit of a disaster. Let's have a look at it.
And away. Left. Right, little. Now up. Up. Straight ahead. Forward. Keep going. Watch out for the wall. Left a bit. Careful. Was Ruby supposed to be doing that, Miss Hardram?
Plugged into the beat again, are we, Ruby Cherry Tree? I have really had enough of this.
Oh no! She's on her own! What's happened?
Oh no! Stupid Miss Hardbroom, you just had to zap away Ruby's walkie-talkie, didn't you? I ain't bothered. But of course, Maud, being a very good friend to Mildred, she stands up for herself and demands that Mildred will have another chance of the broomstick flying lesson. And of course, Miss Cackle agrees. And you know what? That is definitely a good idea. And of course, with the help of Maud, Ruby and Jadu, they all say banana broom, banana broom. I don't know where that is even from, but they actually, I don't know if it's like a poem or if it's just a good spell, but they all say this. Let's have a look at it.
Banana broom. Come safe through the tunnel of doom. Banana broom. Come safe through the tunnel of doom.
Banana broom, come safely through the tunnel of doom. I like that. Do you think it'll work?
It's working.
I like that. Now, what's the next part of the spell? Banana broom, whatever next?
Banana broom. Up and away you zoom.
Banana broom, up away you zoom.
Something's going on here. Give the girl a chance, Miss Hardram.
Oh, Mildred rang the school bell. How exciting. Hooray. That's definitely got to be a pass.
It doesn't count. She didn't put the garlic on the flagpole.
Good point, Ethel. Rules are rules.
Oh, I guess not. But then again, wait till you see what Mildred does.
Rules are rules.
Yay! Bravo, Mildred! That's definitely a pass for me. So, of course, the whole entire girls of the first years, they all passed the test. What a great way to start the show! Another one of my favourite episodes of The Worst Witch has definitely got to be this one. Now, of course, where it's nearly Halloween, of course, loads of people love celebrating Halloween. Obviously, to me, it's just not my thing. I mean, sometimes I feel like every single year it gets more and more and more scary because, you know, you get so many, these really creepy objects that you see in the shop and, oh God, it's just, ooh. So, on this episode, I would say it's probably like a Halloween special or something. I don't know if it's Miss Hardram who comes up with the idea, but we have actually got a very special wizard coming to the school. And of course, Miss Hardram and all the first years, they all want to have a show, like they all put on a show. And this show is about Lucy Fairweather, I think it's called. Yeah, Lucy Fairweather, who's a witch. And of course, they've got these prison guards and stuff like that. And of course, you know, Miss Hardram chooses Mildred because believe it or not, like she, let's just have a little look at how she was chosen.
This cauldron. The girl who picks the one with the broomstick drawn on it will play the part of Lucy Fairweather. Gather round. Did I hear a squeak?
It's Luna.
This is what comes of trying to be fair.
But Miss,
However, procedures once instituted should not be tampered with.
How in the world did her voice suddenly become so squeaky? Oh yes, it was because she drank a potion. Right. I like that potion. That sounds like a really good one. Very, very good one. So of course, Mildred eventually becomes Lucy Fairweather. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to go well because all she keeps doing is falling off her broom and it's just so difficult. So, of course, Miss Hardbroom decides to ask Ethel to give Mildred Hubble the broom. But unfortunately, something terrible happens. Let's have a look at it.
We'll soon have Mildred Hubble on the wrong side of her broom again. Hover. Now, listen to me, broom. This is very important.
Gosh, I don't think I'm gonna like this. I think we should have a look and see the show and how it all works out.
In far off days, this land was ruled by Baron Overblow. From high up in his castle, he looked down on those below. From dawn till dusk, we till the soil. Our lives are a living hell. Pipe down, you scurvy peasants, or you'll work all night as well.
Bravo, Drusilla. That is very good acting. I like that. Pipe down or you'll work all night as well. But yeah, let's carry on with the story.
Because they cannot pay their tax, one half of the village the Baron takes, builds a bonfire in his courtyard, and binds them fast to wooden stakes. Oh, save us, good witch Lucy, the pitiful peasants cry.
Oh, please, Lucy Fairweather, save them people from whatever is going on. Oh gosh, I spy a bit of a problem. It's only going to get worse from there. Oh my god, not only she lost control of the broom, but fall into hellebore. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. And of course, it just gets from bad to worse from there. Apparently, the minute that Mildred enters the school, apparently Miss Harborough and Miss Cackle are absolutely furious. Let's have a look at it.
Mildred,
Yes, Miss Cackle?
we're very disappointed in you. I hope you'll reflect on the damage you've done to the reputation of the school. Miss Harborough and I will see you in my office first thing this afternoon.
Yes, Miss Cackle. Maud?
Gosh, did you see the look on Miss Harborough's eyes? She's like, absolutely terrifying. Well, you know, sometimes I wish to God that Miss Harborough would just have a heart. I mean, come on. It's only an accident, right? Je suis pas bothered. So Mildred discovers that it was Ethel's fault. She put a spell on the broomstick and told her exactly what to do. And of course, Mildred, being clumsy, being in trouble all the time, and even having like her friends to turn against her over that situation. Gosh, I mean, thinking that the whole world would be better off without her. And then she decides to run away. But then it just continues on for another week. I seriously wonder how, because obviously this was back in the 90s when this first showed. So of course I am pretty sure, you know, loads of kids ran all the way home after school, and then the next day at school they would end up like talking about it, be like, oh my god, what do you think happened to Mildred? What do you think she's going to do? What is going to happen? Well, we don't have to wait another week. We can start right now. Because the minute that Mildred runs away from, obviously, yeah, from the school, she then makes a very shocking discovery.
After Halloween, the whole school sleeps till midday. Poor tired little things. I hope they don't wake up with horrible nightmares. Not till we get there, anyway.
No.
Oh my god, it's the three horrible wicked witches of the West. Well, it's not really the Wicked Witch of the West, if you know what I mean. But I have to say, one of them does look very, very familiar.
My twin sister Agatha.
Miss Cackle, you'll have a twin sister named Agatha? No wonder she looked a bit like you. Well, apart from the big, thick, round glasses and everything. I mean, that's just unreal. So in the next story, Mildred obviously like meets the three witches and of course casts a spell, but of course it goes horribly wrong. And of course the witches go crazy on the school. But of course, with Maud waking up in like the middle of the morning, feeling terrible for being so rude to Mildred, decides to apologise. But then, again, she gets caught by the witches and of course meets with Mildred and tells her this plan.
You distract them. Oh, Sure. Get them to chase you all over the school, then run for the potion lab. Give me as long as you can.
Yes. Can I have your attention, please? You might as well give up now, because I've heard all your pathetic plans, and I'm going off to get Miss Harper. She'll sort you out.
Come on, you idiots! Chase after her! Find me! Go that way! Cut her off! Turn her into a toad! Don't let her get to high road!
So Mildred runs around the school hoping that the witches will chase her. I mean, that's like a lot of fun, being chased around the school with a bunch of grown-ups. I mean, how cool is that? Oh my god, you know what? I miss that side of myself when I would run around the playground being chased by my friends. Oh, those were the good old days. So of course Mildred makes a potion and shrinks off the witches, landing in a box. And of course, I don't know, oh yeah, Miss Hartbrim. Yeah, Miss Hartbrim reawakens and discovers that Mildred and Maud are out of bed. I think we should have a look at it.
Mildred, I have been trying to discover the source of the shrieks and screams that have invaded my dreams all morning. I should like to know what you and Maud Moonshine think you are doing, creeping barefoot along the corridor when you should both be fast asleep in bed. Would it be too much to ask for an explanation?
Oh no, Miss Hartbrim, it's perfectly simple, really.
And perfectly unbelievable as well, I expect.
So Mildred and Maud are sent to Miss Cackle's office, and Mildred tells them exactly what happened. But of course Miss Cackle does find it a bit hard to believe. But of course Miss Drill, also being there, tells them exactly the same story. So of course they open up the box and this is what they see.
Well, Agatha, so we meet again.
I demand you restore us to our proper size at once. Do you hear? We insist. We demand.
Dear me, I don't think you're in a position to do any insisting or demanding, Agatha.
Oh, Agatha Gaggle and the two other witches, and they're so tiny. How cute do they look? Aww. Man, I would love to see Miss Hartbrim like small as a little pickle. I bet her voice would be so high pitched that it would make me die.
I ain't bothered.
So, to restore them to their normal size, Miss Cackle makes a deal with her sister. She comes back in the next 6 months. I don't know if that's a very good idea or so. But then again, shortly after that, Mildred saves the school and nobody turns into frogs. What a lovely way to end that episode. And you know what? Let's have a look at it because everyone gives her the big cheer.
Come up here, Mildred. Come along, dear. Don't be shy. Now, school, 3 cheers for our heroine. Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip.
Yay! So you see, Mildred, you're not the worst witch after all. But then again, it doesn't work out that way. Talking of Miss Hartbrim, there is definitely a part where like we see a much softer side to her. Now, let's just have a little look at it before I get zapped again.
Sometimes, you know, she may not be as mean as we think she is.
Perhaps you're right, Mildred.
Wow, that was the very first time I ever see her smile. I mean, her smile is just as amazing. I absolutely love it. She can't get me now, can she?
I ain't bothered.
So, in the next episode of The Worst Witch, we eventually meet the new member of The Worst Witch. Her name is Enid Nightshade. Now, if you're a big fan of Hollyoaks, I'm pretty sure you would know Enid more as the character Nancy. Of course, we start off seeing Enid as not a very nice, not as very like settled in or anything, just like, oh, I don't like this school, it's absolutely horrible. And of course, she is a little bit of a troublemaker. And of course, Mildred is chosen special to look after Enid. But this doesn't really go well, so let's have a look at it.
This part dates back to the 14th century. There are whole wings on the other side the school doesn't use. They say a wicked witch cast a spell on anyone who dared to enter. This is the library. Obviously. The Book of Spells is over there.
You know, I've never been a new girl in school before, but I do remember having like a new student in my classroom one time, and it was always like very exciting. But honestly, here it feels so different. And yeah, so of course Enid, being a bit of a mischievous and a bit of a troublemaker and stuff like that, she decides to pack things up a little bit. So on this scene we see Ethel playing a very grumpy old man, and of course the other lot are playing around his garden. And of course Enid definitely sees an evil side to Ethel, so let's have a little look at it.
What are you doing here? My garden is my own garden. Anyone can understand that.
I think we've had enough of her, haven't we?
Myself. Now clear off, and don't you dare ever come back here. And to make sure of that, I shall build a high wall to keep you out.
Oh no, you won't.
And then I shall fill
Timber
the
defenders on foe descenders.
Wow, I don't know what to be more shocked about. The fact that Enid was like, oh no you don't, and then all of a sudden she cast a spell, or the fact that Ethel did that to pass out. I mean, how fake is that? Like, bang. Ah! I mean, surely when you get hit on the head, you collapse just like that, not just... That is so dramatic. Of course, Miss Hardbroom, being Miss Hardbroom, thinking it was Mildred and Enid's fault, which it certainly ain't, because, well, it was obviously Enid's fault. So, you know, I wish that, you know, if I was Mildred, I would definitely tell on her, because it's the truth, and no way she can get me. So yeah, no way she can actually get me. Hey, what the? I still ain't bothered. So later in the episode, Enid has a new pet, obviously a monkey. I think, yeah, the monkey was actually called Coco. Now, of course, Mildred being absolutely horrified, because if Enid gets into trouble, then she'll definitely be in for it as well. So, of course, you know, she tries to beg Enid to change it, or just say to Miss Cackle, oh, you know, I made a mistake and stuff like that. But, of course, Enid takes no for an answer. And, of course, that monkey does go a little bit out of control. And let's just have a little look at it.
How are you going now? Oh no, not Ethel's. No, Coco, no!
That worry.
Coco, it's all right, Coco. Got a nice bunch of bananas, Coco. Oh, stupid monkey, calm down.
Coco, Mildred's got lots of bananas, Coco. I don't think you would find bananas in Cackle's Academy. I don't think I've ever seen a banana in that school before. Honestly not. But of course, Coco takes absolutely no notice. So, of course, Mildred has a better idea.
Are you all right, love?
No, I'm not all right. What do I do now? Coco. All right, fly on.
I don't think that's going to end well, Mildred. Are you sure that's a good idea? When I was little, and when I actually watched this, I remember looking at Mr. Blossom and I thought, who is this man? Why is he calling Mildred love or flower? Or like, you all right, love? He's a bit of a weirdo, I must say. Very much of a weirdo. So of course, Mildred eventually rescues Coco, and of course everyone is very happy. So let's have a little look at the ending.
Come on, I can't hang about here all day. Coco, get on. Hang on. Come on, Coco. Coco. On.
Yay! Mildred the hero again! Oh my god, seriously, why can't anybody take credit for it? Of course, Miss Harborough turns back Coco thinking it was Ethel, but no, it turns out to be Ethel's cat Teaser, I think, or Tibbs, I can't remember. But yeah, and eventually she begins to like Mildred, and of course Enid and Mildred agree that, you know what, let's be friends as long as Enid behaves herself. Now, one of my least favourite episodes of Cackle's Academy is definitely the one where it's Miss Cackle's birthday. Now, I remember many years ago, obviously growing up poor was never easy, but then again, you know what, thinking back to it, I am so grateful because, you know, like we had food on the table, we kept a roof over our heads, we didn't have that much money, we didn't have that many toys, and whenever we wanted to buy like a VHS tape, we would have to borrow it from the library. And you know what, I preferred that a lot more because, you know, if you just get bored of it, then you can take it back. If you want it back again, then you can just renew it. And I absolutely loved it because it was just exciting, you know what I mean? I loved doing it. We did it for so many years and it was just incredible, absolutely fantastic. Now, I remember that my sister bought like a few of the VHS tapes home. If it was like a red cover, then it would be like episode 12 and 13. If it was the green one, which I absolutely hated because that included the monkey business and Miss Cackle's birthday surprise. And if it was the purple one, I think it was the one where they have the heat wave. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah. So of course, and I remember every time she brought the green video home, oh my god, I used to scream the whole place down. I hated that episode so much. I don't know what it was that possessed me to hate it, but still to this day, it's not really my kind of thing. So apparently it's Miss Cackle's birthday celebration. Of course, Miss Vats, the funny teacher, obviously wants to do a nice little show for the amazing teacher. But of course, it just goes horribly wrong. And if you watch the episode, you'll definitely see how it all goes horribly wrong because Mildred is punished again thanks to Enid. Ugh, honestly. And it's just so sad. It really is. I hate it. I absolutely hate how the teachers are like treating her. She's telling them it's not my fault. It's so unfair. It really is unfair. I think we should have a look at it.
Not only Ethel you owe an apology to.
I'm very sorry, Miss Cackle.
What on earth were you thinking of, Mildred? And after you'd been doing so well.
You know what they say about leopards, Miss Cackle. They can't change their spots.
I know how it looks, Miss Cackle, but...
No, listen to me, young lady. You really let yourself down this time. We've gone out of our way to help you, and you pay us back like this. Well, it can't continue. For the next 3 weeks, you will have no playtime or privileges. When you're not in lessons, you're confined to your room. I need hardly remind you that there's a school trip at half-term. If there's just one more piece of reckless behavior, be under no illusions, Mildred. You won't be going. Understand?
Yes, Miss Cackle.
Miss Harborough, I don't want you to zap me or take any offence when I tell you this. Just let me like explain. It was Enid that did the spell to make Mildred appear in your staff room and of course mess everything up. It was her fault that Mildred disappeared and broke Ethel's violin. My point on that is punish Ethel, not Mildred. Okay? So please, if you can find it in your heart to forgive Mildred because she said that she was sorry, and please don't punish her because what you're doing is absolutely out of order. If you know what I'm saying, can you please just understand? Miss Harborough? I I still ain't bothered. And sadly, it just goes from bad to worse, all thanks to the evil Ethel.
What's he doing? Enid! Wait till they're all in. Then we can go off and do what we like. You must be crazy. What's happened? It's blooming locked. Ethel?
Come along, Maud Moonshine.
Hello? Hello? Let me see. Great. You and your ideas.
I remember seeing that when I was a little girl. I used to hate Ethel for doing that, thinking, oh my God, what possessed her to do that? Like, she's so horrible. But of course, there's always a happy ending when it comes to shows. So Enid and Mildred find an old broomstick, and of course, it's actually half broken, but they manage to put it together, and they sit on the broomstick and fly to the Great Hall. And Maud, being a very clever witch, she comes up with a brilliant idea. She says, let's put on a perfect show for Enid and Mildred. So let's have a look at it. Oh yes, that's very good trick, Mildred. I like that. Very good flying, Enid. Very good. Oh my God, run for your lives, everybody! Ow! Oh, did they come through? Phew, that was a close one. Oh, I've got to say, that is the most unusual show I've ever seen, but I've got to say, quick thinking, Maud, that was awesome. And of course, they eventually become friends again. So unfortunately, I don't really have that much time to talk about all the other episodes apart from like series 2 and series 3 of The Worst Witch. So I'm going to just skip on to the very final episode of The Worst Witch. And this one is actually a bit scary, and I have got to say, I remember watching this as a child and feeling sad for Mildred. It was just insane, I've got to say, absolutely crazy. So in the middle of the night before the very last day of term, Mildred awakens from something very scary, like thrashing through her room. Let's have a look at it.
Hello? There's someone there.
Gosh, how terrifying to wake up in the middle of the night, hearing something very scary and seeing like a small tornado, just so bright and very scary, just going crazy. And it's like, gosh, who was that? Was it some idiot, or was it just a bolt out of the blue or something? I guess we'll never know. Miss Cackle actually gets a touch of hay fever, but then is given the wrong potion and stuff like that. But then again, we get something seems a bit different about her. So let's have a look at it.
Good morning, Miss Cackle.
Good morning. How are you feeling today? Oh, fine. Very well.
Well, she seems all right to me. But wait till you see when she starts the class.
What's happened? Oh, you clumsy creature.
I'm sorry, Miss Cackle.
What's the matter with you? Can't you do anything right? Well, pick it up then.
She doesn't sound like her usual self, doesn't she? I mean, the Miss Cackle that I know, she is like kind, very nice to talk to, and she always gave Mildred a perfect chance. So I don't even know what's going on with her. I mean, literally. And the weirdest thing is that she's so angry with Mildred that she tells her to stand on her chair with her hands on her head. Let's have a look at it.
Anyone. Now go and stand on your chair with your hands on your head.
That is the most weirdest punishment I've ever seen, because Nothing bothers me more than how can two girls behind her even see the blackboard or even see Miss Cackle? That is a bit unusual. Just goes from bad to worse, and again thanks to Ethel.
Miasma, vaporum, etherium, fatum.
Oh, what are you doing, girl?
My desk, my chair, they just disappeared.
What? On its own?
I was just standing there, Miss Cackle.
You wanted to try out the spell, you mean?
Oh my god, Ethel, what did you do now? Freaking disappear the desk and the chair and making Miss Cackle even more furious? Gosh, have you ever witnessed Miss Cackle like that before? Unbelievable. And to make matters worse, this is what happens.
This kind of clumsiness is typical of you, but it's the last time you're going to be clumsy and cackle. Out!
Oh, no, please, it wasn't me. Ow! Why do we have to stay here?
Because we're such a terrible influence on the other girls. It's the end of year assembly tomorrow. We can't risk any chance of yours spoiling that. Come on, Constance.
I remember when I was a child seeing that episode a couple of times, or should I just say so many, I always felt so sad for Mildred every time that she was put in the bedroom and then she starts crying. I don't know why, but that really did break my heart. I always felt so sad for her. It was just so awful. In the middle of the night, Maud and Enid come to see Mildred, and of course Mildred then makes a shocking discovery, and I'm pretty sure you all know what it is. If you've obviously like seen the show before, yeah, of course, we all know that is not Miss Cackle. That was her twin sister Agatha. How 6 months can go by so quickly. It's absolutely unreal. I mean, what the hell? Enid and Mildred rescue the old Miss Cackle, the one who is nice. Obviously Amelia Cackle, I should call her. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, I loved it every time that I would see that clip, and when Mildred unwraps her, and then like she's like, oh, maybe I am perfect and stuff like that. So yeah, I think let's have a look at it.
It's all right, Miss Cackle. Help has arrived.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I thought I'd be here forever. Why is it when I need a shining white knight, I get you, Mildred?
Well, maybe I am your shining light, Miss Cackle.
You know, it just goes to show that even though that Mildred can be a little bit of a troublemaker and very clumsy, we always see a better side to her. And you know what? She is absolutely wonderful, absolutely perfect. And in fact, Mildred is an absolute hero because she finally defeats Agatha Cackle and the other two witches. Let's have a look at it.
Vaporum, etherium, fatum.
Mildred, I think we should reconsider your grade. A+, maybe.
Thank you, Miss Cackle. I'm afraid I can't bring them back. We don't learn repuffification till next term.
I love that bit, like when she does the spell and Miss Cackle is just amazed, like, Mildred! And honestly, like, I can never resist a smile seeing that because it's just, oh my god, like, she finally got so much praise, like something that you've never expected before. And I remember when I was in school, I mean, whenever a teacher would say that to me, like, give me a bit of praise, I always felt so good. And it just shows just, geez, I think Mildred really did have such low self-esteem. And yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic. We all have to end The Worst Witch. And of course, they all end it with a song. So, if you all don't mind, I shall be singing the school song to end this amazing video. And hope to God, fingers crossed, I will be back hopefully sooner than you think. But I am going to try and keep my mind occupied. and hopefully we will make this work out. So the person who will be singing it will be Dilys from the new West Witch. So, Dilys? Onward, ever striving onward, proudly on our brooms we fly, straight and true above the treetops, shadows on a moonlit sky. Ne'er a day will pass before us when we have no shrine or fast, kept our cauldrons bubbling nicely, past the spells with us.